There we go. Along. Ready.
Why did I eat this sweet?
I'm also wondering.
No, I want to finish him.
It looks.
Oh, really? You can't see.
It's so hilarious. I cannot.
I'm done. Okay, you guys ready?
Are we ready?
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, we're doing this again.
We're back.
We are back. Long anticipated return. Much madness feedback. How did it go? Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. My name, as you know, is Noctula. Oh, you may not know. It's Noctula Msiza, but everybody calls me NK. And I'm not alone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm with my friends again. Sitting in the same order. Sitting in the same order. Do you want to go and introduce yourself for those who don't know?
Oh, I am Ipimeleng.
What do you call it?
That's not me. I'm Ipimeleng.
Yes. And then?
I am Holo PG, Holo girl. I'm Holo guys.
I love it. Yes, guys. So this is part 2. My first video. If you've been on this journey with me, my first video was exactly here a couple of months ago, and we were talking about just being single girls and dating. And part of that conversation, we made a bet. No, it's not a bet. Nah. We decided, you know what, we're gonna give dating apps a chance and see how it goes. And we said we're gonna come back. We termed it and coined it a March Madness. It's now June, end of June.
End of June, basically July.
It's literally almost July, but we're here and we're just gonna give you guys feedback, how it go and everything. So we don't have like a set agenda. We're just gonna talk. So yeah, please. Oh, so before we go far, please make sure that you subscribe. Like, just subscribe, even if you don't like it. Just subscribe and then share, like, comment. Even if you say, guys, you could do this better, like, I just engage. Thank you very much. And share on all your social media platforms, all of them. And but yeah, I think that's it.
يخوز تيليل إيمان إنجانا نوباني.
Oh yes, what I'll do is, I think I'll do this. I don't know the skill now. I don't have the skill, but
Link them.
as we are talking, there's something that's gonna come up.
No, guys, no.
There's something that's gonna. If you haven't watched the first part, then you can watch the first part. Just follow that link. I don't know if it's gonna be. It might not be there, but know that I tried. You know, the time the video comes.
If it's not there, it'll be
You
in
can
the
put it in
description.
the description.
Yes, there we go. Thank you very much.
Humble
But
beginning.
yeah, humble begin, guys. It's one skill at a time. So, ladies, how did it go? Okay, I'll start with just recap on what you decided to do.
Okay.
I'll start. I said I'm gonna do. Excuse me. I said I'm gonna do Bumble, Tinder, and remember there was that whole thing where I'm gonna shoot my shot. That's what I said I'm gonna do. What did you
Yeah,
say?
so I said, Tinder, no. So I committed to Bumble for a month. It was
Yes.
March Madness and I said Bumble.
Yes.
I committed to Bumble and Tinder.
Did you not also say shooting your shot? Because you shoot your
Yeah,
shot.
I shoot my shot all the time.
said-
Okay, no, I don't. I'm not opposed to shooting my shot.
Okay.
But there isn't, like, there
Someone-
hasn't been someone that I've wanted to shoot my shot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so that's what we committed to do. And before we even go, like talk about how if you met the love of your life or not, let's start with just using the apps. How did you find the the whole thing out, creating a profile if you didn't have one, the whole thing of like swiping left, right, whatever, just the whole experience. How did you find? I'll start with you.
Okay, so because it was like my third or fourth time, you know, I actually didn't enjoy it more. I think I enjoyed it more the very first time. This time around, it was just constant swiping.
Okay.
It was constant. So yeah, this time around I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy it at all.
Creating my profile, you know, March Madness, I was so excited, I was so positive. I was like, girl, you know. So yeah, like yeah, this time, like
it wasn't
fourth time around, it wasn't as enjoyable.
For you, it was your fourth time.
Around about,
Yeah.
For me, it was my second time creating a profile. Creating a profile was not exciting for me. It felt like labor, you know, like choosing the right photo, and then like writing your description, and it felt like a lot of labor. And then the swiping, I think I don't enjoy the swiping process. Like that's the reason I deleted it the first time, after the first time. But this time, I think because of March Madness, I was really optimistic. And I was like, I really am going to put my all into this. And I'm not going to give up. And so it still felt like labor.
Just you were...
But I was enthusiastic about the labor.
It was, for me, it was my first time ever creating a profile using dating apps, like ever. And I knew immediately it was a mistake. Like immediately I was like, no. The profile thing, I was like, okay, fine, let's do this. I'm keen. I said I'm gonna do this, so I'm doing this. I remember you created yours and you kept saying, okay, when are you gonna create your profile? So I just don't like that. It feels like you're selling yourself. Not selling yourself, but it feels like, you know, I guess that's what you're trying to impress, and you're trying to make your profile like attractive. So it was very difficult not difficult actually. It was like, okay, how do I make it authentic to me, but also like attractive? Woo, Jesus. So that was the first thing. The second thing was the swiping, child, left, right. You spend a lot of time swiping, and then after the swiping comes the match. So okay, match, great. After the match on Bumble, you start the conversation. On Tinder, it's anyone. So and for me, I found Bumble a bit more user friendly, and I quickly deleted Tinder because I was like, the same people are on Bumble anyway.
It's the same people.
I was like, I'm not gonna talk to the same people because I'm matching with the same people on both apps, and I'm like, okay, this is what, and I don't like. Maybe let me not talk about Tinder, the interface or whatever. But I wasn't digging Tinder, so I was like, okay, let me stick to one app because two is too much. I don't know if you felt the same way.
Oh, definitely.
I was like, 2 apps is absolutely crazy. So I was like, okay, delete Tinder, and then I'm gonna stick with Bumble. But I was okay. So here's my next question. In terms of swiping right or left, did you have any specifics that you were looking for? Like there's things that if you would see in the profile where you're like, what was that for you?
For me, it was, so Bumble gives you the option to put your height. So for me, height it's a big thing.
Okay.
And I'm not that tall. I wouldn't say I'm like 1.6. So height, definitely. Spirituality, like it's either you say Christian or spirituality. No dogs. I'm scared of dogs.
Okay.
Dog lover. I was like, nope. Smokers, no. Then because I'm into fitness, if you had like fitness on the thing, I would be like, okay. And then those were like my non-negotiables.
Okay, you?
For me, I did set up filters. So my height was a filter. Like height was a filter. I can't remember what I selected. But also location, so I chose just people in Gauteng.
True.
And then, so what I noticed through this experience. Why is your face like that? Okay. So what I noticed through this experience is that physical attraction isn't something that isn't one of my first things when it comes to attraction.
Oh, really?
Yes. Wow. So it was very difficult. I found it very difficult to swipe because I'm like, I don't know if I find you attractive. Like, I don't have a time. Just based on pictures.
What do you call the
sapiosexual?
That's the one.
So I really like what I find attractive is like someone's mind and like, and I fall for someone through conversation and like what you think.
Yeah.
So because like those are and in general, like when I meet someone, I can already tell by like just the first conversation. So with just looking at a picture,
it's difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
So I did like find myself leaning towards swiping for people who put their profession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Hold it there. Just want to check the shot. Okay.
Are we good?
Yes, we're good. Resume.
I cannot do it again.
So you okay? I physical attraction was a thing, but not like if I saw your picture and I was like, then I went to your profile. And then when I looked at the profile, I also looked for Christian. But also Christian means a lot of things in this world that we live in, you know? So I looked for Christian. I looked for non-smoker. I looked for someone who liked outdoorsy things. And I looked for... You know those little questions that they have at the bottom, like if you had a superpower, whatever. So I check what they wrote, because then obviously that means like you're either funny or not, or you're just corny and like not what I need in my life. And obviously that's like so vain or whatever, or superficial, but it's the name of the game.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I looked for. Christian, height was also another thing, and age. Age was a thing.
What was your age?
I found myself swiping for people because I thought to myself, you know, I'm not gonna swipe for anybody my age or younger. But I found myself, but I found myself swiping for like 27, 28, 29, then upwards.
Did you put a filter to say like so many people?
I can't really filter your age weight.
So I
saw everyone, guys, and also at some point I was swiping for vanilla and
I was too shy.
I don't think I got any matches. Maybe one or two, but I don't remember. Maybe on Tinder I got like maybe a match, but vanilla wasn't into my vibe. But yeah, so those are the things that I was definitely like, okay, Christian was number one.
Yeah.
But also that, like I said, it means so many things.
Yeah.
But after that, how did you find the engagement part of it? The hey, how are you? Baby. How did you find that? I'll start with you.
Small talk is my worst problem. In life, small talk feels like torture to my soul. So that was a very, very difficult aspect of it. And like, okay, for me, I did focus a lot more on the Bumble. I did eventually, fun fact that I didn't mention, that for Tinder, I actually eventually changed the gender that I was looking for. I was like, I might as well meet friends. Because,
I might as well. Nice.
But yeah, so
just out of curiosity, did any females swipe?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey! Was the filter for friendship?
No.
No,
but I think it was for both or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
But it wasn't specific just for friendship.
Okay.
But on Bumble, I didn't mind starting the conversation.
Yeah.
But it felt very repetitive, like having the same conversation with multiple people was very overwhelming for my soul. But eventually, like a few people like fell off, and there was like 2 people that I was like talking to, like legit.
Okay, nice. And you?
So why am I laughing? Because they know. So I had a few matches, you know, like a few, and I was excited. And you know, as we mentioned before, that like Bumble gives the female the option, and with Bumble, it had like if you don't know what to say, it gives you like you can ask like a random question.
Yes, like oh yeah, I remember that.
No one responded. I tried the question. I tried a name. I tried an emoji. No one responded. I don't understand. No one. That's why I didn't ask about.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And
my issue is then why would they swipe?
Why would they swipe?
That is literally right. It was like, why are you matching or why don't you unmatch? I would go on. Yeah, no one responded.
In comparison to your other attempts?
Other attempts, there was like, remember I told you about the guy who lied about his age?
Yes. Oh, so you did
so they were, yeah, but this time around.
That's wild. What do you think the difference is? What do you think went wrong?
They used the same pictures. I don't know.
Post-COVID, I think like blame it on COVID because honestly, that's no.
So what is happening in COVID?
I don't know that. That's wild.
Literally. But that's my issue. Like why? I don't know why swipe? Why match?
And why do you do that?
And if you're not interested, you can still unmatch.
Like so,
you can.
So why are you still unmatch?
That's really true. Oh, that's very disheartening.
Did you feel disheartened?
I definitely did.
She was like, no, girl.
I think my confidence also took a bit of a knock because it was like,
what the heck?
why did you match?
Yeah.
But
I feel like that says more about them than it does about you. Because first of all, they matched. So they looked at your profile and they thought, oh, cute. And then they're like, interesting, match. And then, they're just one of those people that really don't even read. Like, they just go right, left, right, whatever.
Yeah.
So it says more about them. Probably it's a matter of they do this so often. Like, they're so used to it. Like, there was some, profiles where the people would be like, don't do the game thing. Like, don't ask me. Don't use that thing because we're never gonna get along. Like, those people, I found it's another more pillow in life on earth. Personality settings. And that's the one other thing that I noticed about Tinder and Bumble and just dating apps. Just like the people, confidence and the things that people say are wild. Like, it's wild out there. But Aski's told me, I'd like it.
Would you do it again?
No,
do you think that this is your final?
Remember, like I was even reluctant. So I think I'm out of the game. I'm done. I'm out of the the online dating.
I think for me, I agree with you. It's very repetitive. Hey. And then some of them, like, you could feel this person does this a lot. Like, and some of them were very quick to be like, I don't like being on here. Do you want to text on WhatsApp? I'm like, I really don't want to do that. I don't know you. Like, I don't want to text on WhatsApp. I don't know you. You're not my friend. But some of them I was like, okay, let me give it a chance. If we were speaking for like a prolonged time, you know. I also got like people, or someone I would say, hey, and they'd be like, hey, Hannah. What? Keep away,
nothing.
2-3 days later. No, guys. So that was, but now it's thinking, I carried on. I was like, let's go back, let's go match again. And I don't enjoy it. Needless to say, I don't enjoy the process. I think it's not me. I think, as a person, I think I'm funny. I think blah, blah, blah. But I don't translate over text. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't translate over text. Like, over text, because also I'm very serious over text. He was like, Am I can't see that far. Oh, okay. I really can't see that well, so I'm just like reading because you. I don't like it doesn't translate over text, so I feel like you would have. And I'm like serious over text. That's another thing. Like I ask serious questions. What are your ambitions? What do you want to do in life? What's your fun? I'm joking. I don't do that. But I'm like I feel like I'm not flirty. I'm not. You know, like people like were throwing bones, and I don't like it when they were throwing bones at me. I was like, yo, ick. Like that's not nice. So that was my thing. So we know how it went on this side, right? But did anything from the conversations that you were having? Did anything go further?
Dates, because we had actually said
yes.
Each other on a date.
Yes. For you, it. Clear throat.
There was like okay, a lot of the conversations that like fizzle out.
Yes.
After mentioning like people stopped replying, I felt bad because like I was the one who would like just stop replying.
Yeah.
So you're that
no, I also did because I was also like,
No, like you're not
you
gonna
just
ask me how
know,
I'm doing
you know.
every day.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's like every single day. How are you doing?
And some guys were like super like, hey, let's meet.
How about you?
Hey, I'm gonna try to bring some chicken. We don't know, like what's going on. So that was it for me.
Yeah. But there was like one guy that I wasn't attracted to, but I continued the conversation.
Okay.
Like it was the one that from all the people I was having conversation with, it was the one that like I could tolerate the conversation.
Okay.
So that one was the one I was like, okay, this is going to be my one date
Okay,
that I'm doing for this March Madness. Like we set up a date or whatever, and then man like just stopped replying. There was a point like we stopped replying.
And did you exchange numbers or it was still on the...
We had exchanged numbers. It was on
nice.
WhatsApp. And then like we spoke maybe like for 2 days on WhatsApp. And then like he stopped replying. But then also me being me, like
You're like...
I experienced zero rejection.
That's the best thing about you.
No, I don't know what rejection feels like. So for me, it's like I was like, oh, okay,
whatever.
yeah. And like I deleted his number and I was like, we move on. And yeah.
I had a couple of conversations go over to WhatsApp. A couple of video calls, like
okay.
a couple of video calls was like, hey, can I video call you? I was like,
Hey,
oh, this is very but I don't mind video calls,
Yeah,
you see.
you-
So I was like, okay, cool. But then there was one conversation that it was actually a very short conversation. It was literally like, hey, we started talking. 2 days later, I was like, I'm actually like, let's meet.
Yeah.
Like,
Who,
let's
you
meet.
said
He
that?
said. He did.
Okay.
He did. He was like, do you want to meet? I was like, you know what? I signed up for this thing. Let's do it. And it's not someone I was particularly like, like his profile wasn't like, oh, okay, yes. But I liked he just it was like dad selfies, whatever. But he's a good looking guy. But it was, you know what I mean? Like his pictures weren't like, it wasn't showing his personality.
Okay.
But you could see the personality through the profile and what he had written. So I found it very funny. So like immediately the first conversation we had was like, oh, whatever. Like I was commenting on something that he had on his profile. And like it was like this. I was like, Hunati, you know, and went over to WhatsApp, and then no, guys, it didn't even go over to WhatsApp. We scheduled a date on Bumble. On Bumble. It was that quick. I remember like I was with one of our friends, we Belon. He had to tell me, hey, Bumble. Last scene. So obviously. And then I went over and I was like, okay, this feels weird, you know, because I've never done this in my life. I've literally never made up with someone that I didn't know. No. Unless maybe first time follow, like, you know, follow up, you go cracking. But so I did that, and then I got there, and then he looked like his picture. But better.
Oh, hectic. That's amazing.
So I was like, because his pictures were like, you know, his pictures were literally like, why eating? Like, he was like, oh, this photos was so and he literally did go and replace them. I don't know who he was replacing them for. Because our date was pretty great. But anyway, I don't want to call it a date, but I'll link up. So I was like, what? I changed her for Tazahao.
Because
and like while we were talking, I was like, ticking boxes, tick, 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 because I'm obviously, I live in Mamelodi. You guys know this. If you watch some of my videos, you know this. So I'm looking for like a bit of hood, like be all of the things that we want, whatever, but also be hood. So he was like that, you know. And he grew up in Pretoria. Like similar experiences in a lot of ways. And it was great. I got that 5.
Okay, can I get that past tense like it was?
It was great, and I got that 5. I got there around 5, and then he was like, "Do you want to have a drink?" So we had drinks. So I thought it was just gonna be drinks.
So where did you meet? Sorry.
We met what's this place? Hazelwood.
Okay.
Yeah, we met in Hazelwood, and had drinks initially, and then probably. You know, and then it's like, are you hungry? I'm like, yeah, I could eat, you know. And then we got food, right? This is around 8 now.
Oh, wow.
No? Okay, so again, around 8 we eat, we get food, more drinks. We're talking, more drinks. It's great, it's flowing. Like awkward, like the awkwardness was in the beginning, and now when I'm awkward, when I'm shy, like how tall are you? Do you think that's a beneficial thing for you? Like, just like I found myself doing that, and it was like
no way, it's gone.
Relax. Like, but he was very open to answering all my weird questions. I'm nervous. I don't like awkwardness, so I want to fill the room. Like, I will ask you about, you have siblings? How many? Do you find that? You know, so it was one of those. Conversation still going, and then conversations going, and obviously you find out things about each other as you're talking. You obviously try and get to know each other, and at some point he's like, dessert? I was like, yeah, like no lemonade, guys. And I was like, yeah, dessert, 100%. We ordered dessert. As we're ordering dessert, the waiter says, guys, you know that the kitchen is closed, like 10:30.
Oh wow,
crazy.
Okay, crazy. So we like, okay, fine, we wrap up. Nah, it's great. He's like, oh man, I had such a good time, blah blah blah. Because at that point you decided we're gonna see each other again soon.
Okay.
Nah.
I feel like the ball's gonna drop. Like
at that point we decided. He's actually like the great. Like we learned so much about each other. His birthday is after mine, the day after mine. So it was like we were planning. We were literally planning things. We were like, okay, so I'm gonna have to celebrate with my friends. You have to celebrate with your friends, and then at some point we're gonna celebrate together. Also, I think it's the many drinks that we're having. So that happened, and then we carried on talking. And I remember I was going to a friend's sister's 40th thing. So you know the ready outfit. Oh, that's the fit.
Anyways.
All of that.
This is a legit.
It was a legit thing, friends. It was legit. But like nothing. It was just like getting to know each other. Like nothing weird, you know. And conversation. Fizzle.
Oh, no.
But what I do know is that when I was getting to know him. I realized certain things that they're just non-negotiables for me. And not in a bad way. Like this is who he is, and it's either you want to compromise or you don't. So I think that made it difficult to keep going with the conversations. But we still speak to this day. Like I spoke to him this week, so we do speak.
Wow.
So I think right now I feel like I'm comfortable with pursuing a friendship with this person more than like romance and whatever. But I feel like it was successful. I feel like it was really good. Like he was such a nice human. He is a nice human being. And yeah, that was the only one. Everything else I was just like so that was a good one. What was the worst thing? Like the worst thing someone said to you? Load shedding. Guys, load shedding is coming now. We have to record late.
No, we definitely do.
We have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's load shedding in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
No, we'll be back. Literally, we'll be back. She got hello. Okay, so literally had load shedding. Had a whole entire load shedding. Ate.
Took a nap.
A couple of naps. Itu didn't take a nap. We took a nap. Like, what was that?
I can sleep over. I know you're gonna sleep over. How old are you? Okay, no, not that old. No,
why would you come to a sleepover? Like, we planned this day that we're going to spend the night together.
That's
why
true.
would you sleep?
We are working women.
But girl, my body shuts down. Maybe it was something you didn't know that my body shuts down at 10. No, really. It
Yeah,
does.
but you wake
Go
up.
to groove.
And then-
you nap before groove, and then you go.
No, groove I drink. Whatever I drink always has Red Bull. So, but also groove is.
Like your energy.
Your energy levels are high. Then we were first of all in the dark, and then number two, conversationally heavy. Like, what do you think of? So
Funny, so I think those are the sort of things that energize me.
no, 100%. I was happy.
Yeah. But I feel like I feel energized by conversation.
Because you really were in the. You're like, why are y'all sleeping?
No, if we were to.
Not
go-
all I sleep at 10 either way. Like it doesn't. It's not even. We could, as long as I'm not on groove, then I'm sleeping at 10. Like.
Makes sense.
Or I'm falling asleep at 10 and I just need to do like a nap, quick nap, 30 minutes, and I'm up like, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so we closing off, hopefully in the next 15 minutes, so that this is not too long. But I had one question before load shedding was rudely about to interrupt us. I wanted to ask you, what was the worst, like absolutely the worst part about this whole dating thing, and what did you realize about yourself, like in terms of your singleness and just the lengths you're willing to go to meet new people and stuff like that?
I think you should go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. What I realized about my singleness is that, which I don't think it's a new realization.
Okay.
I think it's just a confirmation. Is that I'm very content in my singleness.
Yes.
And I'm not necessarily that keen to inconvenience myself in an attempt to put myself out there. Like I said, like with the conversations, because they were so repetitive, I really didn't, put my all in. Like when I got over it, I got over it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like too keen to inconvenience myself. The worst part, I don't think there was like anything I would say that was the worst about it. I think I did give it a solid chance. Like I really was keen, but I don't think like I was emotionally invested.
Okay.
I wasn't devastated by it not playing out as we had imagined.
Okay.
She's like, stories, husband.
I wasn't disappointed. So I think also that feeds into the fact that like I'm very content with my singleness. I'm not desperate to be partnered.
100. You?
The worst part was just the rejection.
Yeah.
Because I told you no responses. Like I was like, okay, so like what? Like what I said was, hey, what is the problem? Like, what is it like? What went like
after
in person things are going wrong online? So I questioned. I was like,
what the heck?
What is the problem? So that was just like, I started even doubting myself. So that was the worst part.
That's sucky, yeah.
But I realized was that I'm also just very comfortable in my singleness. I think even too comfortable. I'm like, I can actually do this like myself.
Oh no,
I just need
be champurrased and I can do it.
I mean, I can enjoy it. I can see myself enjoying life like alone, but I don't necessarily think I want to.
I don't want to, but I can.
Yes. If push came to shove and that was the reality, that would be it.
But
no, yes, I think for me, 100%, it made me realize that the things that I believe in and my non-negotiables are literally that. Like, I'm not willing to compromise on certain things, and I don't care to. And so the things that are important to me, and it doesn't matter if like the conversation was great and like the vibes are flowing. If it's not there, it's not there, you know. Because you can have chemistry with people, but then like there's this thing that says, I'm about to butcher this thing, but it says like the things that it's something around the things that you find cute when you're in a committed relationship or when you're married become like things that annoy you. You know what I mean? So in the beginning you're like, oh, he's spontaneous, he's doing this, but then at the end, because those are things that you actually desire stability, you actually desire certain other things, then you're like at the end like, be someone now. What? So definitely that. Definitely the single. Like I've come too far in my singleness. Like I feel like I have so much experience. Like I am the author and finisher. Like I feel like me and what's that pastor's name? The one who says I'm not married yet. Lisa. At this point, I am the new age Lisa. But nothing wrong with her. She's beautiful and gorgeous. But do you know what I mean? Like I've come too far, and I don't just. And this is not just me and religion speaking. This is me as a person. Like, I don't want to do anything that I feel like I will regret. If I can sleep at night, I 100% will do it. But if I feel like I'm going to have second thoughts, I'm already having second thoughts about it, not going to do it, baby. So last question, just to close off. Now, would you recommend that people try it, like based on your experience? Would you say, okay, go ahead, try it for yourself, see how it goes? And then two-parter question is, what now for you? Like we tried the day. I never answered. I never answered that. I didn't do it. I didn't do that. I'm gonna die. Monkeypox. Sorry about that, guys. I'm healthy as a clam. Is it happy or healthy as a clam? It's happy as a clam, right? Okay, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't do that.
Was there opportunity where you could have?
Yes, was it? Yeah.
I could, in the sense of like DMing.
Oh, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I just didn't do anything.
What happened to the other guy that we were hoping would comment in the first video?
The one from Tax?
Yeah, that's the guy I didn't shoot my shot with.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No, I didn't, guys. No. No. He stayed tuned. Maybe next week. I didn't do it. Like, it's just wild for me. It's just too much. Because I feel like on Bumble, we're here for the same reason. Shooting a shot is just like wild. Like, what? So anyway, just to go back to the question. What now? What now for you?
Was there another? What was the first part of the question?
Recommend. And what now for you?
I would definitely recommend people to do it because our experiences aren't the same. Like,
yes, true.
We've heard so many, not so many, but like quite a few success stories.
Yeah.
I actually found somebody and things are going great.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend. Also, I think it's based upon like the kind of person that you are.
Yeah.
Because you small talk, so I think already we kind of knew what it
Yeah.
So definitely try it. What now? Like literally what? I think now I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do me, and
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll do another 2022 madness. Just check it. This is a follow our lives. See if we ever get married. You do?
I would recommend it. I would recommend it with caution though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Don't be desperate.
I'm not even desperate. Like, don't. It has no bearing on like.
Yeah.
On your.
100%.
On anything like you as a person.
100%.
I don't. Yeah. You know. Also because. The people that you meet there, you don't necessarily know their intention or like yeah. So I would recommend it with caution.
Oh yeah, makes me think of another question actually.
And then what now? Oh, I'm done.
Literally.
I think for now, like my life is quite full, and I'm very content. But I will add that. The older I get, the more I see the need for companionship. Like I think like someone that like shares your life, like every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
But at the moment, like as I said, I'm still very content with my singleness, and my life is full, fulfilling. Yeah.
Yeah, all those things. Yeah. Agree with both of you guys. I think what was my first question?
Recommend.
100% recommend. I also think I saw so many red flags like when I was looking at people's profiles, whatever. So I feel like I recently watched Tinder Swindler. And no, everybody watched it 10 million years ago. I watched it on Friday. Yesterday.
You are not even
Can you listening?
Yeah,
when I text you,
you told me yesterday.
I finally watched it, and it was wild because why better so? But he was good. He was good. Like he was good, but he wasn't that great. Like, do you know what I mean? But he built a rapport, so that's why I guess they fell for it. But never. First of all, Ngasi, I wouldn't have the money I wouldn't have it. Anyway, so I think it's proceed with caution, not just from a red flag perspective, but 100%. Like, don't let that be, however the process goes for you. Don't let that be a red flag. Like how you said, like you were even starting to like doubt, and question yourself, like, you know. So it's definitely one of those things where you have to remember, Hore, hey man, you still. You know, like you absolutely everything and more, despite how it may go over there by the dating apps. Second, what now? Oh no, it's getting tough. We keep trying. We keep moving.
Okay.
I think for me, like the whole idea of like compromise and whatever has been something that's been on my mind, and I think for me, I definitely feel like I'm definitely putting myself out there and all that stuff, but definitely, if I say definitely again, 100%. No, I don't want to do the high end value. High value, imagine. But I know what I believe in, I know what I want, and I'm not gonna compromise like on that. Like the things that you can compromise, obviously things like not physical attraction, but how a person looks like
six pack.
Like six pack, like I mean, Jimmy. But I'm just saying, like, you know, there's certain things that, but like from a
principle.
Yes, moral, intonation, character, all that stuff. Like I feel like we can't compromise. So I'm just gonna be out there living my best life. You know, like meeting new people.
Come on,
imagine with new people. But that's been March Madness update from myself, Eden Maholo.
Part one.
Part one, because this is gonna be an ongoing segment. Like This is definitely gonna be. We might come with another angle, like guys. Okay, we went on a dating, speed dating. Oh, that's actually a good idea. You see, guys. Something's gonna happen. That's the what now. That's the answer to the what now. Speed dating, isn't it?
I think so.
We were supposed to go to one earlier this year, but I think that's gonna happen in the summer, guys. I feel or spring, whatever is coming up next. But yeah, I think that's it. Nah? That's it.
That's good.
Thank you guys for watching. Please share,
subscribe,
like, comment, and all of the things. Yeah, see you on the next one. In the next one, whatever the English is.
And I feel like people must comment and tell us if they've ever had experience on like dating apps. And
yes, people share their experiences. Good and bad.
Yeah.
Good and bad. And things that you looked at for, all those things. Like, that's
and if you're a guy, like what you look at, like, why am I had a hate? I'm still hurt, but I'll recover. I'll recover, but like
I don't understand.
Don't.
Like, let no I'll give you future words. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Bye.
Bye.